It's Movie Day. I'm Ray Love Jr.
And I'm Tre'vell Anderson.
And we are Seated, the blackest show about movies.
Yes, yes, yes. And you see what's going on here. These are the vibes for this episode. It is our Christmas spectacular.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay. I heard that vibrato. Okay.
Yes. I remember going to see the Christmas spectacular that the Rockettes do during my first visit to New York. And I was like, Seated deserves their own Christmas spectacular too. So that's why I named this episode accordingly.
Well, and we should say, right, that obviously we are talking about Christmas movies. That's what they look like, okay? But this is an idea that came up through one of your friends. How did we get here to doing a Christmas episode?
There were so many people who, after like episode 3 of this season, reached out like, I love your movie takes. I would love to hear a Christmas episode, or what are your Christmas movie recommendations? And I was like, first of all, it was like October. So I was like, people are really ready for the season. Right. So maybe we should oblige. And I threw it out there in our last episode and you were down. So that's what brought us here. So here we are.
It's also interesting, right, that like there is no Christmas. I mean, is there a Christmas movie this year? I mean, we saw The Baltimoreans, which we spoke about on a couple episodes ago, which I guess is, a Christmas movie, but it's not necessarily released during Christmas time. I know we'll get into that later, but there's not anything in the theater that is particularly screaming holiday to me.
There's not. There was this Daniel Radcliffe movie that I saw at the box office, but that turned out to be like a play. So
Harry
it's not
Potter.
An actual movie. Yeah. But there's no like proper Christmas film in theaters. Although now that we're talking about it, I'm remembering when my mom actually sent me a movie and she was like, have you heard about this? Y'all should do a Christmas episode about this. And I was like, oh, maybe. And I looked it up. And by the time I looked it up, it was going. It was the movie with Tabitha Brown, Unexpected Christmas. Have you heard of that one?
I have not, but
So I found out it was independently produced. They put it in theaters for like a weekend or two, so it just wasn't enough time for neither you or I to see the movie to do an episode on it. So that also just complicated the situation itself.
Okay.
So,
okay. Oh, I see it here. Okay, directed by Michael Vaughn Hernandez. Okay.
And what I've been finding is that like it seems like all of the Christmas movie efforts from like the industry side of things aren't coming from the film side. There's so many TV movies that are happening for the holidays. Lifetime own. Yeah.
Lifetime down. Okay.
Yeah,
and on Netflix and a couple of the streaming services. Maybe not this year per se. I don't think I've seen too many on Netflix this year. But over the last few years, the streaming services have also done Christmas movies and holiday movies. I just wanted to circle back really quickly and say, for the Tabitha Brown movie, Unexpected Christmas, apparently it's available. You can stream it on Stars if you happen to have the Stars app,
nice.
Or you can rent it or purchase it on the Amazon Prime.
Nice. So we got a free drop from my homies at work over at Stars, which I think Joe Carnell and Kendall
shout out
Jamal.
to Joe and them.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out because I love a good black holiday rom-com movie. So I'll be checking that out for sure. Yeah. And we will have quite a few of those in today's conversation. So I'm excited.
Yes, we will. So this is also a good opportunity for us to say, y'all, we read the comments, we read the emails, okay? And we are responsive to them. So if you similarly have an idea for an episode that you think we should do, feel free to let us know.
Yes, follow us on Instagram. We're at Seated Show. We're going to be eventually kickstarting our Patreon, which will be Seated Show. But we now have a new email address that I'm excited to launch here, where you all can email in your thoughts and let us know what you're thinking or any ideas or reactions you have to movies yourselves. And that email address is holla@seatedshow.com. That's HOLLA @seatedshow.com.
Holla.
Yes.
Holla, Ray. Really?
I got to keep it real. And, I really want to hear from people directly. And hopefully this will encourage folks to write in so they can hear their emails read aloud here on the show. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? Since we got the email address, if you want to send a voice memo, maybe you can do that too. Get a little other. Why not? Since we are letting the people holla, at us. So, yes, holla at seatedshow.com. Let us know. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Leave the the ratings, the comments, the like, and the subscribe. And y'all know what it is, okay?
Yes.
But now, I am ready to get into the Christmas spirit, okay?
Yes, cue those jingle bells.
Okay, come on. You gonna edit something in right here?
Yes. A little snow, a little razzle-dazzle for the people.
Okay. All right, so to get us started, let's talk about how we're framing this conversation.
Yeah, so when I brought it up, I really didn't have a clear idea on how we would do this, considering there was no movie in theaters, as we mentioned. Mm-hmm. So I started doing research, as us media folks tend to do. Yeah. And I came across Collider.com's article, which is the 10 greatest movies of the 21st century, ranked. And I was like, let's see what they're giving here. And let's just say I wasn't too sure about this list because the one they had at number 1, I was like, I have never even heard of this movie. So I was like, I wonder what our people have to say. And I wanted to bring the folks in. So, we threw up an Instagram post with a poll and got some numbers in.
Okay, but now, what was the number 1 movie that you had not heard of?
So it was a movie in 2019. It was animated called Klaus with the Klaus.
Oh.
And I had never heard of this before. So I was like, I feel like our people would have something that at least I heard of.
Yeah.
That's what
now, did the list have any color on it?
I think there was one.
I'm gonna say your voice got real high, friend. Your voice got real high.
So one of the movies in there was, of course, The Holdovers, which recently had its run at the Academy
with
Awards. Da'Vine, who won her Best Supporting Actress. But I mean, it's not exactly a black film per se. There's black in it, but that's about as colorful as their list got.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Well, our people, our community, the folks in the comments and in the email inbox and whatnot, and the social media DMs, did they deliver? What do we have for ourselves today?
It was an immediate response, and the comments started flowing in, but in true CP fashion, they did not all adhere to the time frame of the 21st century.
Okay.
But, they couldn't help themselves mentioning their faves, like our friends over at Black Mad Covers, who submitted Home Alone as their official entry. And I was like, y'all.
It's a classic. Come on. It's a classic. Come on.
You gotta. A classic, but it's a 90s movie.
You said, but y'all not paying attention.
Exactly. And the reason why I wanted to frame it within the 21st century is because, it's for one, a way to make myself avoid going for my usual suspects that I've mentioned 1,000 times on the show. The Preacher's Wife, which shout out to our girl, Never Ending Nina Notes, who sent in that as her selection. Another one of our CP friends who didn't follow, but still.
Wow, don't be calling out my girlfriend like that. Dang. Because that's also my favorite. Because I also didn't follow the directions in the comments. FYI. So.
But yeah, I really wanted us to see what our current century of Hollywood was given when it came to Christmas movies.
Okay.
And we got some pretty good answers in the comments and in the DMs too. So yeah. Okay.
So before we start, I want to ask you, outside of the 21st century, since that's what we're going to discuss all this episode, what is your favorite Christmas movie outside of the 21st century? Is it The Preacher's Wife?
It would definitely be The Preacher's Wife, but I have an alt.
Okay.
And this alt means so much to me because I kind of feel like it came at that seminal moment in life where you started paying attention to things and really started to let culture and pop culture influence you in ways. And it's the, I don't know if you remember this, but it's the Santa Claus movie franchise.
Oh,
that film,
with
the magic of
Tim
things,
Allen?
Yes, he's no longer someone I can support. However, I can't deny that like that movie had such an impact on me as a kid. And he had that show Home Improvement, so I think that was like the natural entry for me into that. But just seeing like Christmas magic and Santa Claus and like the North Pole kind of like realized in real life for the first time on screen was such a moment for me that I just followed those movies as they came out through the year. So I think there may have been like 3 or 4 versions of them, and I've seen all of them. So Santa Claus would definitely be one for me. What about you?
No, so that's a great one. I would say that's up there for me as well when I'm thinking of like, the Christmas movies that we watched when we were kids,
Yes.
we were younger, we've been younger in this 21st century, but when we was babies, kids, and so the Santa Claus franchise is one of those. I think I would have to say The Preacher's Wife only, which I feel like is an uninspired choice. But only because when I think of the Christmas movie that I put on every single year and watch multiple times, both within the holiday season itself and outside of the holiday season, it's The Preacher's Wife. Now there is Home Alone, because that is classic as well. But after the first one, I
actually love the second one, the one that's set in New York. That's I think.
Oh no, that is
a
good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. No, that is a good one. Yeah.
But after that is when I started to
You said that it got a little shaky. Okay, so. Back to the 21st century, the best, our favorite Christmas movies of the 21st century. Yeah. Where do you want to start?
So, did you know that technically the year 2000 isn't a part of the 21st century?
Don't be playing with me, Ray.
It's not. It's technically not. It's the 21st century starts at the year 2001. But for the sake of our conversation, I am allowing it. It's Christmas season and we are in a giving mood.
Viewer and listener, fine. Fine. We'll be wrong. It's okay. Go ahead.
First, I really want to define what makes a good Christmas movie. So, what is or isn't a Christmas movie, I think varies by standards and person, because we know the Die Hard debate is one that comes around this time of year every single year, despite Bruce Willis himself saying that the movie is not a Christmas movie. I think it was like his 2018 Comedy Central roast or something where he said that. But
what do you say?
Tre'vell,
what do you say? What do you say? I understand what Bruce say. I know what Bruce say. What do Ray Love Jr. say? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
If I'm going to sit up here and say that one battle after another is a Christmas movie, then I guess Die Hard has to be a Christmas movie too, because there is a Christmas. The Christmas Adventurers in One Battle After Another say that.
Oh, that's crazy. You did say that during that episode. Yeah. You just brought me back. That's wild.
Yeah. Wow. So, that's I guess that's where I am on the fence. But I want to know what makes for a good Christmas movie for you.
Okay, a good Christmas movie. So I think like a good Christmas movie, what you're really looking for a movie that like evokes often this like familial energy, right? This coming together. It can be around a table, it can be around, a tree, it can be around a performance of some sort, right? But coming together. So I think the best Christmas movies are often, tarrying with this familial aspect and concept, which are, super relatable to literally all of us, whether it is your birth family or a chosen family, right? Yeah. So that comes to mind. I also think about a kind of whimsy, a kind of holiday je ne sais quoi, holiday magic,
Yes.
also comes to mind when I'm thinking of like the Christmas movies that stick to you, you know, as opposed to the Christmas movies where maybe there is a Christmas tree in the background, but otherwise it is not really, you know, wrestling with the holiday in any real meaningful way. What about for you?
I mean, you pretty much said it how I would describe it, but you know, I'm a bit looser in what defines a Christmas movie. If you put a Christmas tree in there in the background and say it's Christmas, that for me qualifies it as a Christmas movie. But you know, I do require a bit of festive Christmas decor, some romance, a little family, and of course magic. So if you have a mix of any or all of these things, you got me locked in. But with that being said, would you consider Dreamgirls a Christmas movie?
Okay. This is a great question because if I'm not mistaken, Dreamgirls was released on Christmas Day, as a number of, you know, projected box office films are, you know, historically speaking. Is it a I don't think of holiday when I think of Dreamgirls, but maybe but Dreamgirls is one of my favorite movies of all time. I can put Dreamgirls on every day of every week. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I just put the soundtrack on and just carry on around the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just last night I was playing the DVD like director's cut that has like the behind the scenes of making Dreamgirls.
Period.
And that's what put me to sleep. So like I love Dreamgirls just as much as the next person. And it showed up a lot in our list, actually. Like, we got Instagram users, Kendall Jamal _ and Black Word and Char Says So, who submitted that as their Christmas releases on the strength of the fact that it was released on Christmas Day.
I love that I just want to know, I love that you are using people's Instagram handle names instead of their regular names. I appreciate that, Kendall, Steven, Shaw. I appreciate that. But I think it is a film that a lot of people connect to the holidays because, again, it does have a little whimsy, fantasy, magical. But yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Glitter, absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. The familial aspect. Going to see Dreamgirls on Christmas Day with your family, you know, is going to make you think of it, right? All to this point, overall point of why we do this show, which is like, you know, that movie going experience, right? And so I can see why that pops up. And I guess I would allow Dreamgirls.
I mean, if you allow Dreamgirls on that argument, then we have to allow movies like Into the Woods, Django Unchained, and Les Miserables. Like, those were all released on Christmas Day, and people may also have some albeit strange ties to it because they saw it with their family, but those were Christmas releases too.
Listen here.
Could you imagine somebody submitting Django as a Christmas movie?
Listen here. Y'all better don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't. But I get it. I mean, dang. Yeah, no. No, those aren't Christmas movies. I don't care how you slice them. None of them are Christmas movies. But also that might be just because of the content. You know what I mean? There's no. Do any of those make you feel good?
Not me.
Okay.
The movie is called Les Mis, like Les Miserables.
Okay, miserable. Right. Okay. Okay. I'm looking forward to getting into our list that our people have put together, though. Me too. So, how we're going to go about this today, what I did was I went through all of the submissions, and because we here at Seated believe in equity and being fair, not too much.
What I did was I weighed how many folks submitted one movie and added that to the film's Rotten Tomatoes score, so like 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, to get our Seated score for this, and that's kind of like how we tallied these to rank them 10 to 1. So that's how we're doing that, and we're going to go from the bottom up, and we can start with some honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list, but I think they were really interesting submissions to at least shout out.
Okay, let's do it.
So the first one that was sent in by the Slay God, which, you know, it's our good friend Ryan Mitchell, is the Polar Express movie.
Oh,
now that had a popcorn meter of just 3.6, which is why they didn't quite make the list. But are you a Polar Express fan? What are your thoughts on that one?
No, I'm not. But not. I think I don't know why I don't. It's not that I hate the movie. Let me be clear. It's not that I don't like the movie, right? It's just that it's not kind of iconic and legendary for me in the ways that I know it is for a lot of people. A lot of people love that movie. A lot of people think of that movie, right, when they're thinking of, you know, their favorite or the best Christmas movies. It just is not for me.
Yeah, and honestly, I have still to this day not seen it. It's one that's been on my list. I just have not sat down and watched it. Like, when it comes around to holidays, nobody ever is like, let's put on the Polar Express. So I think I keep missing it for that reason. And probably because I don't have like kids around me. It was one of those, I think, films that was targeted to kids, and like it completely missed my radar when it came out. So yeah, but I wanted to shout that one out because I thought it was interesting. And I hear that brought up a lot by people as a really great Christmas animated film. And apparently like the lead girl in it is a really great voice actor. So shout out to the Polar Express. Another one I wanted to bring up is actually one I think maybe you did attend this screening that we had with NABJLA. It was for Candy Cane Lane, which is a Prime Video.
Yes,
have you seen that one?
I remember that one with Eddie Murphy and Tracy Ellis Ross, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
It was a cute movie. Yeah.
It was fine. It was fine. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. The Christmas movies, I'd say maybe over the last 3 to 5 years have been interesting. And kind of, I don't want to say different, but like maybe that is what I mean than the Christmas movies of the earlier part of the century. I don't know. Candy Cane Lane is not one that I would have thought to pop up in this conversation, not because it's bad or anything, but just because it's recent, you know? Yeah. I think for me, I enjoyed that film for what it was, and I appreciated the effort of bringing like magic back into the Christmas movie formula. But there was something, and black leads, but I think there was something missing to it that didn't really make it like one of those every year I have to watch this Christmas movies. But it was a submission, so yeah. Okay.
One last one I want to mention that is one I know I have not seen, but it was submitted by Corey Antonio, and it's Unaccompanied Minors that was released in 2006. Now, are you at all familiar with that? It's a family comedy that stars... with like Adana Malone, Grace Conrad, Spencer Davenport. I'm not familiar with this at all.
Yes. I've never seen this movie. I have heard of it before. Paul Feig is the director, who has done a lot of comedies that I love. And so I probably would like this. I'm also seeing Wilmer Valderrama's in it. Tyler James Williams is in it. But no, I've never seen it. This 2006, beloved. This would have read a little, this would have read a little not for me. When I was in, where I was in 2006.
Fair. All right. Well, those are our honorable mentions. I'm really ready to get into like the meat of this conversation.
Okay.
So let's dive on in. At number 10, we have one of those Christmas movies that's not a Christmas movie, but has a Christmas scene in it. And I am all for this. So this was submitted by Beyondry.com. And this film is the movie Hustlers.
Oh.
Yes. The 2019 movie starring our girl J-Lo, Constance Wu, Julia Sex. Keke Palmer is in this one.
Keke Palmer is in it. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Now, So I will allow this even more than I allow the other things, because while it is not necessarily a traditional holiday movie, there is a few scenes, maybe two scenes, if I'm not mistaken, that happen around a tree to make it pivotal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's gift giving,
There's
you
gift
know,
giving, exactly.
And so it's a little bit more than just something set during, you know, Christmas time. You know, set in December, so you see, you know, a Santa in the background versus, you know, it's important to the story. So I could do that, and I love that movie. I love Hustlers.
I do too. It was so good. It was like, it was one of those last films that had like a really great theatrical experience for me before the pandemic happened. It was like the end of 2019, and not to throw shade at the girl, but this was when J-Lo thought she was really going for her Oscar.
Listen, I'm so sorry. This outside of maybe Enough, this might have been one of her best acting roles. Oh, and Selena.
I was going to say Selena is
Selena.
Her, you know.
But it's her
crown jewel.
But I thought, you know, if they had given her the nomination, why not? Is how I felt with that whole situation. I do remember loving the whole award season and promo cycle of this movie because everybody looked amazing. Keke Palmer looked good. Trace Lysette looked good. J-Lo looked good.
Where's our girl Trace Lysette at? I loved her feature film that she did a couple years ago.
Monica.
Sorry, that just sidetracked me. Yes, Monica.
Monica. Yes, that was a cute film as well. Not Christmas for the record, but it is wonderful. You should check it out. It was really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, coming up
so that was number 10. Number 10 was Hustlers.
Number 10.
Shout out to Beyondria.
It had a popcorn meter of 3.7, and once we did our calculations, it ends up with a 79%. So that's where it's weighing in at.
All right. I don't know what none of those numbers mean, but shout out to Hustlers at number 10.
Yes. So at number 9 is what I know is my sister's, shout out Ashley Monet, her favorite Christmas movie. And it is the 2000 movie, which this just inches its way in with our exception. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Starring Jim Carrey. It was directed by Ron Howard. It very much so was one of those films that once it arrived, it hit the culture in a very loud way.
He probably still making money off of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like every holiday season, there is a Grinch, you know, advertisement, or you know, I saw one recently with the little white girl, Whoville. What her name is? Lucy
Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy Lou Who. You know. I like How the Grinch Stole Christmas because it's fun. It's overall fun. It's one of those movies where you get to see such a great use of what do you call it, hair and makeup, like the prosthetics that they use to like transform him and all the other, people who have, y'all know them faces that they got in that movie. Another enjoyable one. Again, not one of my personal favorites. It's not in the rotation for me every holiday season, but I see, it's iconic, it's legendary, she is that girl.
When it's on, I'm absolutely tuned into it. And it's funny because we were just talking about this. It's been spoofed so many times in brilliant ways, like the SNL skit when they're doing yoga. I do yoga at the Walk of the Yard, and every time the instructor's like, inhale and exhale with a loud noise, I always reference that and try to control myself not to do the over-exaggerated, very loud sound
because
that the Grinch makes in that skit.
And release all of those sounds that are trapped in your mind. Sir, are you okay?
Because you would think that it is okay to go too far. at the yoga. You know, you supposed to keep it in, okay?
Yeah. Who was your
That's
favorite
funny.
character in The Grinch? Do you have one that you remember?
I mean, I guess the Grinch, right? Like, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Grinch because that's easy and that's simple. And I don't. Again, I think because it's not a film that really stuck to me personally, culturally. I think so much of what I know about that movie and that character lore is actually outside of the film. You know what I mean? It's like other cultural, like you mentioned, the parodies that have happened, or the videos on the tickety talk of people going to wherever they go and the Grinch be there, and the Grinch is like a meanie, you know, or like a shade. The Grinch is like a shady queen or whatever.
Yeah.
That's really the lore that is in my head. Do you have a favorite Grinch character?
My favorite character, I think, just because how cunt she was,
Ooh.
is the character Martha May Hoover, played by the iconic Christine Baranski. I love that costuming. I loved how she brought that character to life. She was basically playing like that assertive housewife who knows what she wants and goes after it, but also has like this romance about herself. It was just so good.
I remember
so
her. I remember her.
Yeah.
And listen, Christine Baranski. Okay,
She's
now.
the girl.
Okay, now. The
Yeah.
good wife.
And what I love about the Grinch story is like how it shows you that it's kind of like, I guess, a different version of like the Scrooge, where you find out that the person is not as hard as they've been framed to be.
Yes.
And you see them soften throughout the film, and you come to understand a person from a different experience that you may have understood differently because of what the public or someone else told you about them. So that's what I really loved about How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely, is more than meets the eye if with that story, for sure.
Yeah, and that one has a popcorn meter of 3.5, which I thought would be higher, but I'm finding that most of these Christmas movies weigh in around like that 3.5 era.
Yeah.
Which, they're just feel-good movies, but they're not exactly movies that are going to
They're not supposed to knock your feet off, knock your socks off,
Exactly. Yeah. So on our list, it came in at an 80% because we had two submitters write that one in, which was Corey Antonio _ and Miss Sierra B. So shout out to y'all.
Beautiful. Okay, number 9. Let's move on to number 8.
Yes. So coming in at number 8, I think this is one that hopefully will be the first one you really love on this list. And
not you profiling me.
Well, I mean, so far you've said you haven't,
not
really
you profiling
loved.
me. What is the movie?
This movie is the 2000 film A Diva's Christmas Carol.
Oh, hell yes. Okay. Shout out to Maya Wilkes.
People, okay?
Okay.
And this one stars the icon herself, Vanessa Williams. It has Rosanda Chili Thomas from TLC in it.
Yes.
And it was directed by Richard Shankman. So, yes, A Diva Christmas Carol.
Yes. So this is, if you have never seen this is like a twist on the classic A Christmas Carol story, right? And Vanessa plays the Scrooge kind of character, but she's a diva, right? And she, what I love about this movie, okay, Ray, is the music. If you start tap dancing on a musical, because there's a few music oriented scenes because she's a performer, and Vanessa Williams as a vocalist, not too bad. Just gonna put it out there, not too bad. Okay, but I love this movie. It's so good. But wasn't this? Why did I think this was a TV movie?
It was a TV movie. So
Okay. Yeah.
We're in a giving season this time of year, so I'm open to all film formats at this point.
Okay, but no, this movie,
yes.
it's so good. It's a great spin on that classic storyline with everything you want.
She plays that character type so well. Like, one of my favorite
Yes.
characters she's ever played is the Wilhelmina Slater on Ugly Betty, which is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And this character that she plays in Diva's Christmas Carol is right along kind of that line. And I know she was playing Miranda Priestley in like the West End's version of Devil Wears Prada too. So
yes. And we love to see it. We love to see it. I'm so glad this film made the cut, because I also feel like it's kind of cult classic-y. You know what I mean? I don't know that a lot of people, you know, remember or reference this movie, or perhaps have even seen it, in part because it was a TV movie, right? But also because, you know, no shade to our legend, but it's a movie that I feel like is of a particular time period. It very much so gives late 90s, early 2000s in everything that it is.
Turn of the century, if you will. Yeah, so I see that this is available on Amazon. So if y'all want to check that out, check out A Diva's Christmas Carol. And this was submitted by two of our listeners, Char Says So and The Real Tracy May. And it has a popcorn meter of 3.6 and our seated score of 82%. So we're starting to inch up a little bit here.
Okay. Shout out to the Divas and the Christmas Carol. Okay.
Yes. So our next entry at number 7, this is one that I don't know that I've seen in full, but I've seen clips every year, and it's one of those that just hits the culture, and that is the 2003 film Elf, starring Will Ferrell and James Caan and Bob Newhart. So are you familiar with Elf? Is this one you've seen and love?
I have seen. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I think Will Ferrell, however we say his name, is career comedian and comedic actor. I do feel like this is probably one of those roles that I recall of his that I actually enjoy said comedic performance. You know, it
that
feels
actually was very loud in that statement. Actually enjoyed. All right then.
Don't play with me. Side note, he got this documentary on Netflix called Will and Harper, where he and his close friend, who is a trans woman, take a road trip across the country, and I guess it's supposed to show her exposing him to the horrors of anti-transness in our country. And so just saying that out loud to say that it exists. Back to Elf. I feel like another thing that I'm reminded of Elf is Halloween costumes. I feel like this specific elf costuming that he wears in this movie, I see that maybe that's the most popular elf kind of at Halloween time that I see. So that feels like a way that the film itself has stayed in culture beyond when it was just released.
And I'll also say that Elf is one of those movies that it is often widely franchised with products. I remember seeing Elf candles, Elf cereal. It's to this day, you will just randomly encounter Elf merchandise in places. In the same vein of how Wicked does, where you have Wicked fabric softener. It was just and still is everywhere. So yeah, they were effective in making this a big cultural moment for sure.
Yeah, it had very, very high merch possibilities. Okay, so we just to check in, we have revealed 4 movies on the list, 10 through 7. Okay, an interesting mixture of films. Is just what I will say. I will leave because they all over the place. Okay. But okay, number 6. Let's get into it.
We're inching up to ratings. So Elf had a 3.9 popcorn meter and a seated rating of 82%, and that was 83%, and that was submitted by The Real Tracy May. So shout out to them.
Shout out to you, Tracy.
Now, number 6. This is one that is a personal favorite of mine for so many reasons. It introduced me to so many things and ideas and concepts that I was not familiar with or came to know through this film. And that is the 2006 film, The Holiday. Are you familiar? It stars Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, and Jude Law. And it's a Nancy Meyers film, which is, one of the iconic rom-com queens in film.
Oh yeah, beloved. I don't know this. I've
This is
never
one of my favorite Christmas movies ever.
I have never seen this. Okay, how did you see this movie? Because this looked like a movie that would not break through the color barrier, respectfully.
So I know I mentioned this couple episodes, maybe the last episode. At one point in life, like I was very much so just a rom-com person. Like those were the only movies I sought out. And this was one during that period where like it was constantly, there was a rom-com out what felt like every season. And so when this holiday movie came out, I was hella excited because I was like, Cameron Diaz, this is Charlie's Angels.
She's that girl.
Kate Winslet, who we know from what? Was that Titanic? Where's Kate Winslet from?
Sure, that sounds right.
I'm getting all tossed up, but I believe
Titanic.
It was Titanic. But yes, I was like familiar faces in a Christmas movie and a rom-com. I just put it in and fell in love with it. So in the movie, Cameron Diaz's character, she plays a movie trailer editor. So essentially, we get to see her editing a movie trailer as her work, and it comes to the point where she goes through a breakup, she wants to leave town, and she has to essentially use this website, which I didn't know this existed. This predates Airbnb, where essentially you can swap homes with someone, and she found the home of Kate Winslet's character who lived in London, and they swap homes that way. And I was so fascinated by this premise, and it was a fun movie. I was seeing the Hollywood industry, and then I was also seeing like this fish out of water story with Kate Winslet coming to LA to live in Cameron Diaz's house, and people falling in love that shouldn't fall in love. It was just it was exactly up my alley at the time. So the holiday.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, now who submitted this option?
This was submitted by I believe her name is B Leslie 81. It's BLLE. SLIE 81. Belle. So it looks like Belle Leslie 81, but when I looked at her page, her name is Leslie. So I was like, is maybe B Leslie? I don't know. And this one has a popcorn meter of 4 and a seated rating of 85%. So yeah, shout out to Leslie.
Okay, all right. Shout out to you. I mean, I'm glad that you have a personal favorite that popped up on the list as suggested by the community.
I was so excited. I didn't want to influence the list, but I definitely hoped that there was something on here that I loved, and that is the first one. I was like, hell yeah.
Okay, period. I love that. Okay, so that's our bottom 5. Okay.
Yes.
Now we're getting into the top 5 as voted on by the seated community. Let's do it.
All right, coming in at number 5, it's right on the nose. It has Christmas in its title, and that is the film Almost Christmas. Now, this is one that was submitted by 3 people from our crew. That's Never Ending Nita Notes, Michael Chin, and Char Says So.
Yes.
So this is definitely one that I expected to be on the list. It definitely is one that, I mean, at the time that it came out, we weren't getting movies like this so frequently, so we all saw it. It came out in 2016. It stars Kimberly Elise, Omar Epps, Danny Glover, and of course, your girl Monique.
My girl, Oscar winner. Okay.
Yes,
Monique. You know,
and it should be noted that it was produced by my guy Will Packer. So shout out.
Produced by Will Packer, written and directed by David E. Talbot, right?
Talbot, yep.
Who? I don't know, but if you used to be on the Chitlin circuit, plays, watching Tyler Perry plays, then you know David E. Talbot,
do.
from that era of plays as well. And so legends on legends on legends, okay?
Yes,
and a couple icons in the mix as well. I love this movie. I remember I was still working at the Los Angeles Times when this movie came out. Monique was my girl. This was my opportunity to put my girl on, okay? And I have so many stories around interviewing her for this movie, but
care to share any here on the show with the people? I gotta ask.
Let's just say after interviewing her, I came to understand some of the kind of like rumors and personality tidbits that some people have commented on as it relates to her and her management, which is also her husband.
Does she call her man daddy, or am I thinking of somebody else?
It's her. She do that from time to time. But in this movie, oh my God, this movie,
she is definitely the energy. Yeah.
Yes. She is the pulse in this movie. I feel like it gives her the kind of comedic space that we had not seen her in much, since the earlier part of her acting career, right? Because she did Shadowboxer, if I'm not mistaken. Then she did Precious, then she did, if I'm not mistaken, Blackbird with Patrick Ian Polk. It took a serious actress turn. And this was like a return to that physical comedy that Monique is just so good at, particularly from her Queen of Comedy days and the Parkers. And everybody else, the other legends, Danny Glover also in this. Danny Glover, is that his name? Yes. Also in this. It's just such a feel-good movie. It checks all of those boxes. It has a little soul food vibe and energy to it in a way, in terms of that family aspect. So good. This is one that I watch every year.
What was that movie about? I forget what the premise of Almost Christmas was.
The premise of Almost Christmas is that a year after the matriarch dies, the family is coming back for the first Christmas. And Danny Glover is the patriarch. But the family's fighting. The siblings fight. Gabrielle Union plays the youngest sibling, and it works. Even though Gabrielle Union older than you and I. But shout out to her. Okay, that's called what?
Acting.
That's called acting. Yes, it's called longevity. Okay, in the Korean, it's called Black Don't Crack. Is what it's called.
Right about it.
But so that's what it's about, right? And all of the siblings are doing what they're doing. But the idea ultimately at the core is Danny Glover's character is like, what do I do next now that I don't have my wife?
Yeah.
But it's so good, very funny, good energy. Like we were talking, a good classic, I keep saying good, Christmas movie has.
And this was like one of the last really big, great Christmas movie we've got. Black Christmas movies we got in theaters. So shout out to Almost Christmas.
I got some thoughts on that point, but yeah. I want to see what else is on the list first before I comment. Because you just never know. There are so many options that could pop up here.
Yeah. So this movie has a popcorn meter of 3.6, and it has a seated rating of 87%. And this is actually the last of our 80% movies. So we're about to start getting into some really beefy, heavy hitters here.
Okay. That's what I like to hear. Okay. What is number 4 on the community's list?
Coming in at number 4 is, I believe, one of your tried and trues, and that is the 2006 film Last Holiday, starring Queen Latifah and LL Cool J.
Okay, stop playing with me. This is a perfect movie. I don't care what any of y'all have to say. This is a perfect movie. Queen Latifah, our icon and legend herself, okay? Todd, ain't that his real name? Todd Smith? LL Cool J? I feel like that's his real name or something like that. LL Cool J. I know that we often talk about, at least I have spoken a couple of times on this show about J-Lo, the rom-com actress, or Jennifer Lopez, excuse me, the rom-com actress. But Queen Latifah, the rom-com actress?
She don't miss in the rom-com space. Ooh.
Every time.
Yeah.
And this is another one of those where it is just perfect. Everybody's doing what they need to do. She has great chemistry with LL Cool J, so you believe, this budding, relationship, right? So it's so good. It's so good.
Even the character she plays was really different for her at the time. She's supposed to be like this plain, simple woman who just, finds herself in a health crisis. Georgia Bird, yes. All she likes to do is cook and go to work. And then she's just like turns up and says, you know what? Life ain't been worth it and it's time to live. I only got so much time left, so let me go spend the money I got. And we see what kind of happens. It's one of those movies that like, yes, it's a black movie, but it's also like this movie could be anyone. And it's one of those that I feel like we need more of this type of film that doesn't exactly... It's not that it isn't written through a black lens, but the blackness isn't the aim of the story. Like, allow people to just be in this world and exist and put them in circumstances that we exist in. Like, we're not monolithic. Like, we have different lives and different things that can be portrayed. And I thought that how they did this in this film was beautiful because, like, she is very much so still a black woman. Like, she's the mother of the neighborhood. She has like the kid neighbor who comes and she feeds him
soul food.
Right.
There's a scene in which she gets the opportunity to interact with a famous chef, a world-renowned European.
Bam.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even talk about him, but yes, Emerald.
Oh, the fictional one.
The fictional one. But like, because she's a black woman from Louisiana, she offers a kind of expertise, right, to this to this person who, don't know nothing about cooking bouillabaisse or whatever. I don't know. And so it does have some elements to that. But what's interesting is I don't think I would have not called this a black Christmas movie, because to me it very much so is, but I think I understand what you're getting at. But that's interesting to me because also this got a choir scene. Like, this got a church scene in it.
It sure does.
An iconic one, if I do say
but
so
that's
myself.
what I mean by like her life experience, her lived experience is just like normal to her. Like, it's not like the thing where it's like, it didn't feel like they said make this black. Like, it was just
I
like,
see what
this is who she is.
Yes.
She's a black woman, therefore she exists in the church. She exists within her neighborhood. She likes soul food. That's just who she is, but it's not the central driving force of the story.
Yeah. It's interesting because I hear you, and then also I would say, and maybe it's just because the layers that the character is offered. Because now I'm thinking of elements in the story where it is like, y'all doing that because that's a black woman, not just because that's a woman, but just because that's a negress, okay? Carrying herself in this way, and so it's like, I see what you're saying in terms of like the kind of truth in terms of how those elements are brought up. But I love that movie. It's such a feel good. It gives you the kind of ooh ah ah sensation you want after watching I think this is like 90 minutes holiday situation. So good. So good.
Yeah, where the black woman doesn't feel like a caricature. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So that was our number 4 entry, and this has a 3.7 popcorn meter, but a 94% seated rating. So shout out to Michael Chin, our girl Brooke Obi, the Emperor Smith, and Queenie DB, who submitted this as their fave Christmas movies.
That's so funny. That is one of my besties. That's Queen B.
Thank you.
Bianca. Shout out to Bianca. I know she's definitely listening. Shout out to Last Holiday. Shout out to our Queen Latifah, okay?
Yes. All right, coming in at number 3. Now, I am embarrassed to say that I didn't see this film or any of the films in this series until the year 2014, when my homegirl Lisa sat me down and said, I cannot believe you have not seen these films. You're going to watch these films today. And that movie is the 2002 film Friday After Next.
Okay, it is I'm not even going. It is absolutely a Christmas movie. It is absolutely bona fide a Christmas movie. There's a Santa that steals stuff too. You know what I mean?
The movie art itself, so we can't deny that it's a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is absolutely a Christmas movie. That is so funny that. Well, let me first handle the fact that you had not seen anything from this franchise. You said 2014?
Yeah. 2014, I had moved to Atlanta. My friend Lisa, who's actually from DC, she was like, this is abysmal. I think I was at her house to watch, I think it was like the On the Run documentary on HBO or something. And she cut that off and said, we're watching Friday through Friday after next.
Okay,
right?
You watched all three of them. Okay, that's interesting
together.
to me because, right, you said Friday After Next was 2002. So you had gone well over a decade. Well, and
I'm not
the first
proud of it.
I just think that's interesting context because the Friday franchise did numbers in Black communities.
We all have our cultural blind spots, but also
Fair.
I will say I come from a home that, like, while we watched and paid attention to a lot of Black cultural things, my family did not particularly show us as children those hood classics because they were a bit more violent, a lot of cussing, so they just didn't feel it was age appropriate for, a child to be watching these films. And so I think that's why I missed that initial run of like those types of films. So yeah, that's why I missed. I know that's why I missed it. Like I was raised in a house where my mom and grandmother sing for the Miami Mass Choir. Like this is a choir family. They go to GMWA every year, so it's no surprise that I didn't see Friday.
Okay, well then I'm gonna ask you later about a different Christmas movie to see if you have seen that in light of that information. But I'll wait to see if it's on the list or not. Yes. Okay. So Friday After Next, yeah, it's a funny one. What
was it, the third in the sequence?
Yes, that is the third of them. I'm kind of surprised it's this high, if I'm being
number 3.
Honest.
So the premise of this movie is working as security guards, Craig and Day run into their thief who stole their Christmas presents, and hijinks ensue.
Yes.
It's a hood classic, and it's so high because it was submitted by 3 different people. Black Word, The Real Tracy May, and I Am Joe Carnell submitted it, but also it surprisingly has a pretty high Rotten Tomato score for what it is. I
mean, early 2000s. I'm like thinking of the cultural context and the critical, take on it at that time. I could see it. Fine. I'll give it to
4
him.
popcorn meter rating, and I was like, wow. So yeah,
I
ended up
see
with
that.
a 95% seated rating. So
dang, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Right.
Shout out to, well, maybe not. I don't know what they got going on in their life, so let me not shout out nobody. But actually, shout out to Anna Marie Horsford.
Okay.
She's in that movie. I know she ain't got no problematic things going on. Okay.
I mean, we can shout out the icon himself who's going on to glory, John Witherspoon. He can't do nothing else at this
point. Well, yes, you are not wrong. Okay, that was number 3, Friday After Next. Let's do number 2.
Ooh, number 2 coming in hot. I actually was surprised to see this one on the list because I can't say that it's my favorite in the franchise, but I definitely remember it hitting the culture really hard too. And that's a 2013 film, The Best Man Holiday.
Oh, Malcolm D. Lee.
Yes. Malcolm
Another
D. Lee.
sequel or threequel, we should say.
Threequel, definitely.
Similar to Friday After Next. Okay, wow. Is it? So I enjoy this movie. I cried more than I expected to in this movie because of is it a spoiler? Can you spoil it at this point? I don't know. But yeah, no, this is a good one. Do you remember seeing this in theaters? I saw this in theaters.
Absolutely. I actually think I saw this one at the premiere. I think I was invited to the premiere for this one. And because I had just started working in the industry at the time, I went to this and I was like really excited because it felt like the ending of the series. Had no idea that we would eventually get what became the series, the best. What was
the Best Man
called?
Next Chapters or something,
yeah, something like that.
Like,
so we had no idea this was coming. So I thought the Best Man Holiday was like the last in the series. That's what it was promoted as.
And it felt like
I enjoyed it. It definitely felt like it. I mean, there's a literal death in the movie.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
So it was. I remember just like being excited to see these icons that like really shaped so much of my film taste, especially like in the Black rom-com space. We have Sanaa Lathan, who's
give
been
her
in every
her
rom-com we can.
Give Sanaa Lathan. I know. Didn't she was the one who bit homegirl on the nose or something, allegedly, right?
Hey.
Okay, we'll bring it back. Anyway, as an actress, we don't give Sanaa Lathan enough credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we had her paired with Taye Diggs, Regina Hall, Morris Chestnut, the Monica Calhoun herself. Like it felt like a reunion, but also just like a celebration of the culture when this happened. So like I loved it for what it was. What was the synopsis of this? It was when college friends reunite after 15 years over the Christmas holidays, they discover just how easy it is for the long forgotten rivalries and romances to be reignited. So it's very much so just like the basic premise of what Best Man has been over the years. But yeah, it was cool.
And it drops it in how, because what it is like all of these people for the most part are successful, right, in their own thing. And now we're coming back around the holidays because something happens, and I won't spoil it, fine. But it is, I do remember it feeling like when you're able to come back to a franchise 10 years later, whatever, however many years later, we as an audience are looking for completion. We are looking for updates. We're looking to feel those feelings that we felt the first couple times. And this movie does it well. Malcolm D. Lee, who is, I would also say, another, legendary Black filmmaker.
Absolutely.
He did Girls Trip after Best Man Holiday, but before Best Man Holiday, he did, what did he do? Well, obviously The Best Man, that's obvious, but he also did, maybe this was after Best Man Holiday, but he did a Barbershop sequel, one of them, the Barbershop sequel with Nicki Minaj. He did that.
I remember that.
He did one of the
Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins too.
Oh, so good. Shout out to Monique again. Another great comedic performance. Oh, the Night School. He did that with that man and that lady. Kevin Hart and Tiffany. So my point is that he's been making, Black movies, for a long period of time. So I'm glad that people, felt connected with the work. I also imagine that this is one of those films that was well reviewed on the popcorn thing. So that's also what put it up, because it was a well done movie, I felt like.
Yeah. So it landed on the popcorn meter with a 4.2. And the folks who submitted it from our side, which Shar Says So, Chosen by Heart 1, and Miss Sierra B, which helped landed a seated score of 104%.
Okay.
We off the scale now.
I would say I don't even know how that happened, but okay, that's beautiful. Shout out to 104 to the ranking system. And shout out to The Best Man Holiday. It is a great movie. There is some nice acting happening in it, particularly. You said Monica Calhoun. Yes, Monica Calhoun in particular just popped in my head. A beautiful scene, a beautiful performance that she gives. So shout out to The Best Man Holiday. Okay,
and from Malcolm D. Lee, who I would consider, especially in like the Black rom-com space, one of our prolific Black directors. So
give him, he done did a lot of the things. Roll Bounce, Roll Bounce just popped in my head. Roll Bounce as something he has done. Okay, wow, what a legacy. Okay, that's number 2. So then, what's left at number 1?
Number 1, man.
I know what it is.
It's I can't say anything other than the fact that the title on its own puts it where it is. It literally says what the premise of this whole show is, and it is a 2007 movie this Christmas.
Wow. Which fair? Because it is a great movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It is
starring Regina King.
Yes.
It has Columbus Short, the Delroy Lindo, the icon herself. You know who I'm talking about.
Loretta the Divine.
Loretta the Divine. Yes. So it's just like, it was a hit. Good. And that damn song, when Chris Brown put his voice on that song, it was a rap.
And you know what? I know I hate that I even have to say anything not negative about him. But baby, he did this role. He did this role. He did the vocal. It so many, and I hate this because this is a sign of just like how disconnected we often are from our history and our community. But for so many people, his version of
is the one.
This Christmas is the song that people reference. Not the OG.
Donny Hathaway.
And part of that, I feel like, is connected to this movie. Also, you mentioned Regina King in this role. There's a fabulous, wonderful, very funny scene that ironically involves baby oil. I'm sorry, I didn't have to do that. But it's so good. It hits on those family aspects that we talked about. There's a little bit of I'd say the magic in this movie is the things you do for family because you love them. Yeah. It's the somebody's not supposed to be home for Christmas, but they come home for that kind of magic and whimsy, and family. It's a huge ensemble cast that all play so well and beautifully together. There's also a very notable scene highlighting my alma mater, Morehouse V College. And so, it must be said. But what I love most about this movie, and a couple of the other movies on our list also have this, it is the Black movie staple of the dance. The dancing scene, the Soul Train line. This movie has that. Best Man the Holiday of food. Has that. Yeah. But it's like those things that just make you go like, yeah. It's a Black movie. Yeah. And then I also I love seeing the Loretta Devine, who is the matriarch of this family, and Delroy Lindo, who is not their father, but is a father figure, right? And so I love seeing, older folks dating, and you know what I mean? Like we don't get to see that kind of love on screen often. It just one of the things I'm always just so fascinated by with these movies is the casting. You cast all these different slices of Black that are supposed to like look like a family, and sometime it do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I love this movie. I forgot Keith Robinson was in this. Yeah, Keith Robinson. And Laz Alonso. Wow. Everybody. Sharon Leal. Another legend. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so good. Such a good movie. It makes sense as the number one. It makes sense as the one within the 2000s that folks, said the most. Absolutely. Yeah. So this was submitted by our listeners, IM_Ron Bass, chosen by Heart One, Corey Antonio, Walter Reports, and Miss Sierra B, with a popcorn meter score of 4.1 and a seated rating of 107%. It's undeniable. It's a winner. It is undeniable. It's just a good movie. Now, who directed that? Let me look it up real quick. I feel like the person who directed that is not somebody. Preston A. Whitmore, who second. Wrote and directed it. Yeah. Yes, wrote and directed it. The only other movie listed here. Movies. The only other movie listed here of his that I have seen, he's done a lot of independent work. But the only other one I think I have seen is this movie from 2006 called Crossover. It was like Wayne Brady playing like somebody who's in charge of like a street basketball, like one of them and one kind of street basketball competition things. In the you got served style. Anyway, but okay, Preston A. Whitmore. Okay. Shout out to this Christmas though. It is obviously here for the reasons it is here. Shout out to you.
Yes. All right. So that wraps up our list. So as we have it, this is our 10 best films of the 10 best Christmas films of the 21st century. At number 10, we have Hustlers. At number 9, we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas. At number 8, we have A Diva's Christmas Carol. At number 7 is Elf. 6 is The Holiday. 5, Almost Christmas. 4, Last Holiday. 3, Friday After Next. 2, The Best Man Holiday. And number 1 is This Christmas. How you feel about that, Tre'vell?
It is a really good and interesting list. I want to ask you, is there a Christmas movie that is not here that perhaps you were thinking or expecting or hoping would be here?
Not really. I think this pretty much rounded the edges for me when it comes to my favorite Christmas movies.
So I had made a list of Christmas movies that could come to mind that I thought people might, throw up here. And we did hit most of them. Two that we did not hit because I'm gonna save one of them for my recommendation at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Jingle Jangle. Oh dang! Look at that facial expression. You didn't like Jingle Jangle?
I'm allowing you space. What did the girl say? I'm saving space.
Not you now. Okay, Tracy Gilchrist. Okay. So I Jingle Jangle. And then Tangerine.
I haven't seen Tangerine.
You haven't seen Tangerine? Well, it's one of those movies where like it's set during December, but not necessarily really, a Christmas movie. But Tangerine. And then because I'm childish, A Medea Christmas.
Oh.
Which is a very bad movie. I'm so sorry, Tika Sumter. But it is. I hate that he did you like that and put you into that biracial caper or whatever we call it. It just was not. It just. I think Loretta Devine in that too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she was very booked for these types of roles throughout the 2000s. So
Loretta gonna work.
Sure. Yes.
Loretta gonna work, and you know what? She absolutely should, okay?
Hire the queen. Yes.
Okay.
If you
Our
really
original dream girl.
Your movie some heft. Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Well, so before we take a quick little break, we've got our Black Critic Spotlight. We're doing it a little different this episode because obviously we're talking about, Christmas movies of yesteryear. And so for our Black Critic Spotlight for our 2025 Christmas Spectacular, we are going to highlight a critical voice about our number one movie on the list, okay? Which was, just to remind you, because I have already forgot, This Christmas. Okay, now this review comes from Wilson Morales, the legendary Wilson Morales. If you don't know that name when it comes to black film criticism, period, he just happens to be a black man. Do your research. This review that we're highlighting was written for blackfilm.com, which is now blackfilmandtv.com. Like I said, 2007, the film, he rated the film 4 out of 5 tomatoes, okay, on the tomato meter. And this is a highlight quote: while the formula is still the same, it's quite amusing, romantic, and a delightful holiday treat for a family to enjoy. And absolutely,
that's all we can ask for in this season.
That's all you could ask for. Put it on the poster. Let's go. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for our first ever Christmas spectacular here at Seated. After the jump, we're going to get into my favorite segment, the Black Cinema Game.
Christmas edition, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, it is. Look at me making stuff up. We'll see y'all after the break.
Back again. And now it's time for my favorite segment this week and every week, Black Cinema Game.
Pew, 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 pew.
The little jingle bell up in here because it's the Christmas season.
Okay.
All right. So this week we're returning to our soundbite game. Are you excited? But we're doing...
I am excited.
We're doing the trailer play edition. Do you remember that one?
Oh, where you are going to play a trailer and I'm supposed to tell you the movie.
Yes. And so this week, we're framing this around an article that just came out yesterday from one of my favorite critics, Robert Daniels. For Letterboxd, he wrote a special, I guess you would call this like a clips roundup or movie roundup. It was titled Home for the Holidays, 16 Black Christmas Films to Add to Your Rotation This Winter. And I was like, this is perfect.
16?
Yes. Sweet 16. I don't know why he went
16
on
is
the number,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of movies.
And many of those movies are a part of our 2025 Best of the Century Christmas movies list. So I think this was a perfect apt time. So yeah, I'm going to go through and cherry pick a few of his entries. I say about 5 that we didn't discuss or didn't make our list because I think some of these are classics. So are you ready?
Let's do it. I'm buckled up, ready to go.
All right. So we're playing the trailer play edition of the Soundbite Game here for Black Cinema Games. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a blurb or the blurb that Robert wrote in his write-up and play you the trailer from that film. I'm going to exclude a few words that give an obvious giveaway of the title of the movie, but I think you should be able to pick it up.
Okay.
So we're going to start out, I would say, pretty easy. I'm going to start with...
You always say that, then I end up stumped.
You ain't going to be stumped on this one. I guarantee you for sure that you will at least get one on the board. I mean, it's the Christmas season. I am in a cheerful giving spirit.
Well, I'm so grateful.
All right, so I'll start with the description. And again, we're playing the trailer play game of the Soundbite Game. So, first clue. To be clear, it takes a while to get to Christmas in this movie, and even when it arrives, it's startlingly bleak. But with a title like this, you can forgive me for bending the rules. In Robert Townsend's made-for-television picture, Ving Rhames gives one of the best performances of his career as the gay drag queen who shelters Wanda and her daughter Nikki from Wanda's abusive drug-dealing boyfriend. And now I'm going to play the trailer and see if you can pick it up.
Baby, we all got a story to tell.
Don't worry, I wasn't about to tell you, man.
Mama, I got my own bedroom.
All right, I can tell by the excitement that you get it already.
Now, you know what? Now, this might be my favorite Christmas movie. If we're going to allow it.
I was surprised it didn't make your list because I was like, I just know Tre'vell is going to throw this one out there.
If we're going to allow it, this is Holiday Heart.
Ving Rhames, Alfre Woodard, Holiday Heart.
Seeing grace, how sweet the sound.
Okay, legendary television movie. Shout out to Alfre Woodard, and her iconic role in here as well. Yes. Oh, I love this movie.
Yes.
So good.
Nice. So Holiday Heart was released in the year 2000, and as we mentioned, it stars Ving Rhames and the icon herself, Alfre Woodard. I definitely did love this. I do not remember this being a TV movie, but it definitely was a TV film.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of people haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Like anytime I bring it up, I remember I did another podcast, which you could check out on this Lejean channel as well, called Black Queer Canon. And one of the conversations we have, it's an episode about drag characters. And so the Holiday Heart character comes up in that conversation. Love this movie.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites, period.
Yes.
So good.
I love that. So you've got one candy cane on the board, on the tree.
Okay, come on. I do love me some candy cane. All right. Okay, number 2.
Ready for number 2? We are playing the Soundbite Trailer Play edition of Black Cinema Games, where you're guessing the movie from the trailer and description. All right, here's the description. This holiday romance isn't totally perfect. It's a bit perplexing, but what works really works. Mostly because it stars two exceptionally beautiful people with immeasurable chemistry, Morris Chestnut and Gabrielle Union. In this movie, one of Chestnut and Union's 5 cinematic pairings, Chestnut plays Benjamin Armstrong, a struggling songwriter whose part-time job playing Santa at a mall introduces him to mother of 3 Nancy Taylor, played by Gabrielle Union. Nancy's eldest son, John, played by Malik Hammond, who wants his mother to reunite with his selfish and crass record producer father, Jay Jizzy, played by Charlie Murphy, who was clearly doing a roasting of P. Diddy, immediately becomes jealous of Benjamin. Nevertheless, Benjamin and Nancy persist. All right, here's a clip from the trailer.
They should have been perfect for each other.
They're looking at us.
But his big lie
Yeah, so, I was sell office supplies.
is a lie.
But you work in a mall, dog. Part-time.
And her kids
I don't care how nice he is. He ain't my dad.
just ain't having it.
Treatment, it starts right here.
All right, that's all you get.
Yeah.
Do you think
I
you
know
got
the
it?
movie. I know the movie. I don't know if I have the name right, but I know the movie.
Okay.
I want to say it's called like The Perfect Couple?
Almost. I think I'm going to give this
The Perfect
one to you.
Holiday?
Yes, you got it. It's The Perfect Holiday.
One Christmas in the air, brotherly love, the jingle ding-ding.
Listen, hey, I can't make it, okay? You're gonna have to fill in for me.
Get ready for the perfect holiday.
Better watch out. Santa's coming to town.
Shout out to you.
I have seen this movie exactly one time. And I do love me some Gabrielle Union.
Yes.
However, okay, no shade.
Jill Marie Jones is in this one.
Oh, the legend, the
Yes,
icon,
yes.
Tony Child.
And the other icon, TV icon herself, Rachel True, through this journey of discovery.
Yes, finding you and finding me.
Finding you and finding me.
Now that I have, don't get me started.
So yeah, this was
started.
definitely one of those.
It's a cute movie.
Yeah, it was one
Yeah.
I definitely saw. I actually forgot about it when I saw this on the list. I was like, yeah, I do remember enjoying this film. So yeah,
Certainly, yeah. This was a cute one. Yeah, sure.
nice. Well, you've got 2 candy canes on the tree. You are doing good.
Now
told
that I
you.
know now that I know that Robert has put The Perfect Holiday on there, now I know why the list is 16. No shade. But I was wondering in my head, 16 of them?
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah. All right, we are playing the Player Tray edition. Player.
That's so funny. Come on, Player Trey.
We are playing the trailer play edition of the Soundbite game for Black Cinema Games, where Tre'vell is guessing the movie from its trailer and description of Robert Daniels' write-up. All right, ready for clue number 3.
Let's do it.
Though you wouldn't expect the woman behind Eve's Bayou to have a touching Christmas musical movie, writer-director Cassie Lemon's adaptation of this Langston Hughes play is a very merry escapade. Following a disastrous house fire, Langston, played by Jacob Lattimore, sent by his mother, Naima, played by Jennifer Hudson, moves from Baltimore to New York City to live with his grandparents, Reverend Cornell Cobbs, played by Forrest Whitaker, and Aretha, played by Angela Bassett. While there, Langston comes into contact with several oddball characters, most prominently a mysterious man played by Tyrese Gibson in jail whose past is deeply intertwined with him. See, this is a film about forgiveness. Why are Langston's grandparents estranged from his mother? What happened to his father? Can Langston let God back into his life? To those ends, Lemons guides Lattimore toward a tender performance while also directing some soaring musical numbers, most notably Mary J. Blige's performance of Rise Up, instilling this movie with a feeling of rapturous euphoria. All right, here's a clip from its trailer.
The Reverend's putting on his Christmas show. It would mean a lot to him for you to be there.
Today, we are mindful of the needs of this youth, be he in need of guidance or simply a belt to hold his loose-fitting pants up. Amen.
Amen.
Do you have a clue?
I know exactly what this is as well. This is Black Nativity.
Yes.
And I know this because I know people be saying J-Lo, why not J-Lo Jesus, J-Hud. Right, just be screaming. And also
time to forgive, and it's time to come home.
She has a moment in this movie where she gives a quote unquote scream, and it's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love this movie because it's also do they classify it as a musical?
Yeah.
They do classify it as a musical? Okay. So then yeah, I love me a musical, love me a black musical.
Yes.
And it's quaint overall. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I'm glad y'all put some money behind, giving us this cultural rendering. But I love that movie.
Yeah.
Or I enjoy that movie. Let me not say love, because that's a little bit much.
Nice.
But that was the movie I was going to ask you if you had seen when it came out, because of, you said you was in a church household.
Yeah. So this was 2013, so I was a full-grown adult by the time this movie came out. And this was actually one of the first movie screenings I went to when I moved to Atlanta. So yeah, this is definitely like core to my lore for kind of like film and movie screenings in that space. So yeah, 2013 Black
beautiful.
Nativity. You have 3 candy canes on the tree. You are doing good.
3 out of 3. Okay,
Yes.
tree out of tree. Okay.
All right, are you ready for your 4th clue?
Let's do it.
All right. So your 4th clue, we're guessing the movie from the trailer and description. It's the trailer play game. Here's a description. The second David E. Talbert film on this list, this movie is a bright and colorful musical whose unrelenting sense of wonder conjures Christmas magic. It stars Forrest Whitaker as toy maker and inventor Geronicus and Madeline Mills as his granddaughter Journey, who comes to live at Geronicus's now run-down toy shop. See, years prior, Geronicus discovered how to bring toys to life. But when his first animated toy, Diego, played by Ricky Martin, decided to team up with his apprentice, Gustafsson, played by Keegan-Michael Key, to steal his invention, Geronicus became a broken man. Now, with Journey and his assistant Edison at his side for the latest invention, the Buddy 3000, Geronicus has a chance to reclaim his reputation. Filled with show-stopping numbers composed by John Legend and Philip Lawrence, like the soaring ballad Square Root of Possible and the R&B number This Day, this movie reaches for unabashed spectacle by combining earworm music with stylized Victorian costumes and some acrobatic whip pans and cranes for a joyous experience. Here's a clip from the trailer.
What's wrong, Grandpa?
Had a perfect life. Loving family and a magical shop. Till an old friend took it all. But he didn't get this.
All right. Do you got it?
I got it. This is Jingle Jangle.
Yes.
No matter who you are, no matter what you do, the magic lives inside of you.
Okay, listen, this is 4 out of 4. I'm going for a shutout.
So that's
okay?
why when you brought it up earlier, I was like, I'm saving space. 'Cause I was like, this is definitely going to come up later on in the show.
I really enjoy. I love that movie. If you want to see Forrest Whitaker doing what's that dance? That little dance, the little wah wah. What they call that dance? It's like y'all know the dance, but the people be like, on it doesn't matter.
Y'all have to see Tre'vell showing y'all what this dance is, so you must be tuned into the video version of the show.
Listen, if you're only listening to the audio, you're only getting half the story,
yes.
Okay? But I really enjoyed this movie because it was like, it is a contemporary, fantastical tale. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's very Willy Wonka-esque in terms of like the aesthetic and the whimsy, absolutely, but black, through and through. So shout out to David E. Talbot, shout out to his wife as well, who I believe was a producer on this film as well. Love that movie. Really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, and shout out to Forrest Whitaker, who has quite a few entries in the Christmas canon. So we love to see.
Okay, we don't call him a legend for nothing.
Right.
Okay.
And this was a 2020 entry, so 2020 was a hard year, but it gave us a little bit. It gave us a little something.
It was a hard year.
All right,
okay.
So you have 4 candy canes on the Christmas tree. Are you ready for your last and final clue?
Let's do it.
All right, so we're guessing the movie from the trailer play and description. Here's your final clue. A Christmas Story from Across the Pond, this movie is an open and adorable picture about commitment. Melvin McKenzie, played by Amin, is a rising British author returning home to London with his American almost fiancée Lisa, played by Aja Naomi King, after 2 years away from his chaotic Caribbean British family. When he left, however, he left his girlfriend Georgia, played by Leanne Pinnock, now a global superstar, hanging. She's understandably angry, as is most of the rest of his family, who happen to love Georgia and are suspicious of Lisa. Melvin's mother, Shirley, a sublime Marianne Jean-Baptiste, would probably be just as annoyed if she wasn't trying to figure out a way to introduce her children to her white boyfriend, played by Stephen Delane. There's a lot of Love Actually here, particularly how the many storylines converge in one big bid for love. And yet this movie also finds its own lovable lane through a sincere engagement with growth of its juvenile but well-meaning protagonist. Here's a clip from that trailer.
Don't apologize. You only ruined the world's best proposal. We could try again when I get back from London.
You're going to London during the holidays.
My agent said it's essential to promote this book.
It's the perfect opportunity for me to meet your family.
I don't even want to see my family.
Is this about Boxing Day? Are you?
All right. Can you guess it?
No, but I'm so glad that Aja Naomi King got a check out of something.
I knew this one would be a challenge, but I let a certain
set
part
me
play.
up.
No,
You
I
set
played
me
a certain
up.
part because they literally say the title of the movie in the trailer.
Boxing Day.
Yes! I wanted you to win this one.
Okay, I take it back.
It'll be all right in the end. If it's not all right, it's not the end.
Christmas is a time for forgiving.
Ouch.
I thought, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, that sounds like it could be it. Because
Yes.
I remember seeing the poster and maybe even the trailer for this movie in some way, shape, or form, but I have not seen it by any means. But I remember, I was like, oh, as soon as you said Aja Naomi King, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Because and the only thing I seen her in is How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sure she's in other stuff too, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I believe that's a 5 out of 5.
You have a perfect score. You have 5 candy canes on the tree, making this your highest score yet.
Okay, and I mean, I do feel like you did go a little easy on me. You went a little for them first 3 to 4. I feel like you went a little easy on me. Also, shout out to Robert's descriptions, which were very, helpful, because luckily I had seen those before. So I appreciate you giving me, a little holiday treat, if you will.
It's the giving time of year, and I included Boxing Day because I don't know if you know this, but like my family's Bahamian, and the Boxing Day is something that's celebrated in the Bahamas. Yes. And so that was like, when I saw there was a movie called Boxing Day, I initially thought it was a Bahamian movie, but then, knowing the history of Boxing Day and the Bahamas being of, the British, it was a whole thing. So yes, Boxing Day.
Yeah. It also apparently is on the Tubi for the free.
Oh, wow.
And Amazon Prime. I don't know if it's free on Amazon Prime, but if you want to check it out, go and give them a stream. Why not? Oh, I just hit the microphone. I'm sorry. Anyway, shout out to me. 5 out of 5. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all of that too. Okay? Pew, pew, pew. Rudolph ain't got nothing on me.
After the jump, we're going to take a quick break and come back with what's giving us good vibes this week. So grab a snack and come on back. All right, Tre'vell, so this has been such a wonderful episode sharing Christmas stories and movies here at the Christmas Spectacular, but now it's time for good vibes only. So share with the people what's giving you good vibes this week.
Yes. We have just been running our mouth this episode. Thank y'all for sticking around with us. My vibe recommendation for this week is Christmas time, okay? Yes. We were just talking about a lot of the holiday movies that we love and enjoy. I have another one I want to shout out for you all to find, okay, wherever you can find it. As you mentioned before, a lot of the holiday movies that we're getting in this era are on streaming platforms or TV platforms. So this is a Lifetime movie that I am highlighting. Okay, it is called A Very Merry Beauty Salon.
Word.
Okay, it came out last year in 2024. It stars Tia Mowry, okay, and Ron Rico Lee, who we don't talk about Ron Rico Lee enough. I'm just saying, Ron Rico be working.
Yeah,
Ron Rico be
do.
popping up in everything. Anyway, it stars them two. The log line is a woman's budding romance with a charismatic CEO challenges her thoughts on love and family. It's got Coco Brown in it, making a wonderful comedic performance. And I want to shout it out in part because one of our community members, whose name you mentioned earlier in the show, Michael Chin, worked on this movie.
Yeah, shout out to Michael.
Okay.
I call him Mikael.
I don't know why you do that.
It's just an inside joke.
Okay. Well, he's gonna listen and he's gonna hate that probably. But it's a fabulous movie. It's really cute and quaint. And if you're looking for something like easy with your holiday viewing, this is one of those. And also, if you happen to have watched Sister Sister back in the day, this is basically a reunion of sorts with Ron Rico and Tia. Okay, so shout out to them. But it's such a cute, quaint story, and it's the kind of easy holiday movie that I really appreciate.
I love that. I'm going to check that one out. I am also someone who loves watching these Lifetime movies because, as I mentioned, this seems to be the only space that's putting us on screen for Black Christmas movies, and I'm excited to check this out because Sister Sister was my jam back in the day, and seeing them two back on screen together is exciting, and it's cozy. It makes me feel
cozy.
More comfortable. So
Yes.
All right, so the fact that you gave a Lifetime movie is, I will call serendipitous, a Christmas serendipity, because my recommendation is also a Lifetime movie that you can, I believe, watch.
We
on
working
HBO Max
overtime
as
for
well.
Lifetime. Hashtag this is not an ad, okay?
Yes, so my recommendation is going to be the new Christmas movie, Fake Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, starring my friend and friend of the show, Etienne Maurice at the Walt Goodyear Park.
Oh, Etienne's movie. Yes, I seen the poster.
Yes, and in this
Have you
film,
seen
he
it
plays
yet?
a doctor. Yes, I just watched it with my grandma.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, so it's out.
It's out. You can watch it on Lifetime or HBO Max as well. And to describe it, it's a charming holiday romantic comedy that follows Maya, played by Kiki Lane, a reserved professor who tells a little white lie about being the girlfriend of an unconscious stranger. And as she gets swept up in the holiday welcoming families, Christmas celebrations, things get a little complicated when she runs into her boyfriend's doctor, who happens to be her ex, played by Etienne. And I think it's a really cute movie. This is his second film with Lifetime. I think he's becoming like the king of Christmas for them, for sure, because he had a movie last year where he played a photographer that I also love. So shout out to this, Fake Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Check it out and let us know your thoughts on that film.
Listen, once you get into that Lifetime circle as an actor, baby, they'll give you 12 movies. With that little girl named Kelly Rowland done had 4-5 movies over there.
Oh, I miss her series. It was the Merry Little Christmas, I believe it was
Merry
called.
Little, yes, Liddle.
Liddle.
Which was cute.
Yeah, they did
very
3
cute.
of them.
Yeah. They listen, shout out to them.
Yes.
Shout out to them. Okay, well, listen, that will do it for this week's episode. Okay, coming next week, I believe that's our Avatar episode is next week. Did I make that up?
I believe so. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But you have to come back and check us out to make sure you can be tapped into what we got going on here.
I see what you did there.
Because you never know. We may throw an audible and decide to do something else. So
very true. Very true. Very true. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. Happy holidays. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Okay,
yes.
whichever
Merry
one
Christmas.
you do.
Yes. All right. Well, that'll do it. And we'll see you next week. Holla.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like and tap that subscribe button. And if you're listening, give us a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app or wherever you're tapping in today. It'll really help folks find us as we grow. Seated is an independently funded production, and your support can help us go further. Consider becoming a card-carrying member of the Seated Movie Club at seatedshow.com/join, where we'll bring you more of this popcorn-worthy content, special events, and more. And how do we do all that we do? Well, you know it's not by ourselves. Our theme music was created by Buckrow and animation by Ajung Adi, with creative consulting by Jade Fox and publicity support by House of Arrows. This week's episode was edited by me, Ray Love Jr. Seated is a co-production of Slay John and 5011 Media. It's hosted and produced by Tre'vell Anderson and Ray Love Jr. Shout out to our location partner, The Walking Yard. See you at the movies. Holla!